let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. The first I date, I won't be his first. And most likely he won't be my last. So I'm going to be 24, 25 maybe. If that.
This is a very bad way to look at dating. You should always assume that if you're going to marry someone, it is going to be for life. That is what marriage is all about. So if a guy is asking you to marry him and you're saying yes, and you already know that it's going to end, then it's already looking bad for you. You're already setting yourself up to fail at this point. What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Today we have a little bit of a shorter video. Is it a shorter video? I don't know. I'm going to be editing some of these women's TikToks here in this video because they do kind of ramble on. So it might be a little bit of a shorter video. If it is, cool. If not, it might be a little bit longer. Nobody knows. But welcome back. We do have a few clips we're going over. So as always, let's go ahead and let's just jump right into it. And hey, how's it going? My name's Rat Boy.
I'm 24 years old and I've never had a boyfriend. Never been in a relationship. And at this point, it's starting to become a problem. Like at this point, I'm at the point where it's like, why? Not what's wrong with me, because there's nothing wrong with me. And even if it was, it doesn't matter. Because I done seen what you can deem the ugliest person with a significant other. Whatever you deem the worst looking in this world that could possibly happen has had a significant other. It's not looks. It's not personality, because it's Donald Trump that is married. It don't matter what you look like, how you act. There's a million people on this earth that's been in a relationship. At this point, I'm a 24-year-old woman and I have nothing more to give. At this point, I just don't know. Like, I need someone to tell me something. Someone need to tell me something.
This is a very interesting conversation that I've seen a few clips about on TikTok where women are saying they've never been in a relationship. So I do have a few more questions. Like, my main question is, do you not have any interactions with men, or have you been just hooking up? You know, these are all questions you need to ask, because if women like this are just hooking up and not looking for relationships, then the trauma is already there. There's a lot of issues you're already having to deal with. Now, her saying she's never been in a relationship, I'm just going to assume that she means that she has just never had any interactions with men at all. In which case, maybe she's going after men that aren't interested in her. That could be another issue. Maybe she's been getting refused by men that she's trying to like give them hints that maybe she's interested, and dropping the handkerchief, you know, those types of situations. But this is always interesting because she's absolutely right. There is someone for everyone out there. Now, are her standards too high? You know, she's looking for one of these, you know, Tay Diggs type of looking dudes, you know, super buff, like he just stepped off of the set of a CSI episode. This is very interesting to me, but yes, I absolutely agree. These women could definitely get men. I don't know if they're just only going after men that are out of their range, just way look way too good and are way above their level. But who knows? So let's finish it up.
Like, is there a sign that it's becoming unhinged at this point? Like, because at this point now, it's like, when I do get my first relationship, which hopefully is 2025, when I do get in said relationship, is that even going to be the one that's going to be my marriage? And I'm almost going to be 25 years old. That's not even going to be my one. I already know. Like, I'm a realist. Come on. You think my first relationship is going to be the only one? Now I'm going to be a 24-year-old going through her first official real breakup. Like, I've been with it's been stages, but like a real breakup, real relationship, real deal spiel. I'm going to be a 24-year-old girl going through what she should have went through when she was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, I'm not going. I don't want that. But I have no choice. Hopefully it's a one and done, but let's be realistic. The first I date, I won't be his first. And most likely he won't be my last. So I'm going to be 24, 25 maybe. If that.
This is a very bad way to look at dating. You should always assume that if you're going to marry someone, it is going to be for life. That is what marriage is all about. So if a guy is asking you to marry him and you're saying yes, and you already know that it's going to end, then it's already looking bad for you. You're already setting yourself up to fail at this point. And especially when you're making videos like this. I mean, let's be completely real. This is not good to do. You know, putting all your information out there. And she kind of made it sound like that, yeah, she was involved with other random men at one point, you know, situationships, nothing concrete. So the trauma is already there. So, you know, I wish this woman luck. I hope she finds whatever she's looking for. I don't think she will with that attitude, though. You know, I mean, that's just the way it is. She needs to find out what she wants. I would say not to go after these super attractive dudes. Find someone on your level. Okay. Definitely find someone on your level. It'll make it a lot easier. And not only easier, but it'll just be a better experience overall. Because odds are you're going to match with some dude that is completely just out of your league. And he's going to end up having 2 or 3 girlfriends anyways, and then you just gonna find out you're in another situationship. That's never good.
I've been voice sober for 24 years. I've never had a boyfriend. I haven't had my first kiss. I can already hear the comments. Make this your whole personality. You sound so desperate. We get it. But I feel like I haven't sat down and had a talk with you guys about this in a while. I've just been having a lot of thoughts on my mind lately. If you don't want to stay and listen to me talk about this, you can stay and watch me try all this new makeup. I tried all these new products while I yap. Probably be a long one, so grab a fun drink. Okay. I know some people think that I make this my entire personality, that it comes off as desperate, but I feel like the people who understand like where I'm coming from know it doesn't come off like that. I'm taking this Drunk Elephant B-Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. To me, it's just talking about my experience, about how I feel about being single my whole entire life. It's like very extremely isolating and lonely feeling, which is why I started talking about it in the first place, because I just wanted to see if anybody felt the same way that I did. Which one thing about me is that I'm not desperate for a man. Never, ever. That is like not why I talk about this, and I hope that's not what I give off, because I'm not desperate for a man. I don't even like to use the word desperate. I'm just like longing to know what it feels like to be loved and be in love. I have love all around me. I love myself, but that never equals romantic love. I don't know what romantic love feels like, and that's what I'm talking about when I talk about. I'm not desperate for a man. Like, I don't need a man to come into my life, only if it like makes sense, and like if he's somebody I like want to like bring into my life. I'm not just gonna like settle just because I want a man. Having a man in your life is not everything, and I don't want it if he's not up to my standards. And yeah, I do get on here and I talk about.
So already the standards are through the roof. Okay, so supposedly this woman's never been in a relationship. She says it's never. Let me look down here. Yeah, so never been kissed is. Well, you know, she's in her 20s. She's never even been kissed. So that's very interesting. I think there was a video similar to this that I saw a few months back where a woman was talking about how she was maybe a little bit older than this woman, maybe in her 30s. Kind of the same situation where she's never been in a relationship. She's never got attention from men. So what are you doing? Like, why is it an issue? See, this is my problem. My problem is that women will choose to do this and they will still get online and get validation and get all these. How many views does this video have? Let me see. I don't know. It doesn't say, but it's got like 13,000 likes. So a lot of traction with a video like this. However, a man will post this online to his audience, and we all know what'll happen. We've all seen that play out over and over again. A lot of these men are well into their 20s and have never been in a relationship, cannot get in a relationship. It is very rare for a woman to be in her 20s who is moderately attractive. I mean, she is not, she's not hideous or anything, but I mean, you could definitely get in a relationship if you wanted. What are the standards just already too high at this point? She is going, you know, when she finally does find some guy that she thinks meets her impossible standards, she is going to make his life a living hell. I can just see it already.
About how I feel sad. I don't cry about it all the time. I'm very happy in my life and my single life, and I'm so glad that I've had 24 years to just work on myself and learn to love myself, because I truly do love myself so much, and I love being with myself. I'm just like at that point now where like I have worked on myself my whole life, I have so much love to give, and I want to like give it to somebody else. So it's like I don't need a man. I don't need a relationship. It's just something I want, you know? Speaking of something that I don't need but I want is a date to my sister's wedding. Growing up, me and my sister always talked about like getting married and like her wedding, and like I always knew she was gonna get married first. So happy for her, and like this is just like a dream. Like we've always talked about this. It's kind of sucked that I like am not gonna have somebody to be like my +1, my date to my sister's wedding. Yeah, I'll be like fine on my own, obviously. I have been my whole life. It would just be like really nice if I could find a date for my sister's wedding. Not that I'm not somebody that feels like an intense jealousy or like rage over like people who are in like happy loving relationships. Like I love it for them so much, and like I'm not happy for them. But obviously it does come with like that like longing and like that wanting for like what they have. I'm trying to explain myself, but I feel like you guys like get it. I feel like I can never explain anything good. Like I can't form sentences. It's a lot of yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Anywho, blend this out now. He looks pretty. I think something that's so difficult about being single your whole life.
That is because you really have no idea what you want. So yeah, it's not uncommon for women to get in front of a camera and just yap on and really not, mean anything by it. But then again, as a man, and I'm looking at this video here, I see a lot of red flags. Okay, for one thing, the 8-minute long video, which I am going to heavily trim down. This is torturous beyond belief. I am going to have to heavily trim down this video, but there's a lot of red flags. The main thing is the 8-minute video of you ranting about not being able to find a man, I guess. The second one is the fact that you are completely self-absorbed, vain even, where you're doing the makeup tutorials, the talking into the phone. All of these are red flags for a lot of different types of men. So that is just from a man's perspective. So if a man were to see this video, and let's say he would be potentially a man that would be your husband or your boyfriend or whatever you're looking for, it would definitely push him away from you. He would look at this and say, you know what? I've dealt with this type of woman in the past. I'm good. I don't want to involve myself with her. I'm going to go find something different. That's just what a man would see.
Wondering like why it never happens for you. It's like not knowing what you're supposed to do. Like, am I supposed to like go on the dating sites? Like, I've had some interesting stories happen from Hinge. Let me know if you guys want story time. And I don't know, like I go out, like I leave my house, still like nothing. Like I just like don't know where it's supposed to happen, or if like I'm supposed to go searching for it. I was out at the bar for Valentine's Day. I had my suckers I was gonna like hand out, go up to a cute guy and be like, here you go, and it was like my number. There was this one guy that was really cute, but I go up to him, I was like, well, he's talking to a girl, and I was like, I don't know, it just didn't seem like the right time. And then my friend was like, sometimes you just like have to like make your time and like make it happen. I'm like, so do I need to like make shit happen for myself, or like will it just happen to me? Like I don't know, am I supposed to force it? Everything is just I don't know. Like I don't know. Everything's just a big I don't know, and that stresses me out because it's just the unknown. This cannot bring peace. Which like half the time I'm never even really thinking about it. I usually think about it more when I'm going to bars and stuff. I'm like, oh, will something happen? It's like in the back of my mind a little bit. If I go anywhere else, it's really not on my mind at all. So I don't know. Take a shot every time I say I don't know. And the crowd is drunk. Okay.
Well, here's the problem there, and I would say that your first issue is you're trying to meet a man in a bar, which is not a good place to meet men. You're walking around handing strange men just out your phone number just randomly. That might be a bad idea in a lot of situations. You're already on dating apps. You said you have plenty of stories from dating apps, so that could potentially be a lot of trauma you're still dealing with at this point. So why would a man want to involve himself with this? I'm still kind of confused as to why you would think you're a catch, but that's just there's very limited positives here. But then the headache is going to be immeasurable. So there's no what's the finish line? Well, what is your ultimate goal here? To get a husband, because it doesn't seem like that's what you're wanting to do with the way that you're dealing with all this.
It's about what it does to your confidence when you just like have never felt desired in that way, besides by like nasty like 40-year-old men at like a bar. Makes me feel like, what's wrong with me? Wish I so badly like my life was a rom-com and I was like that girl that like some guy sees in a bar around about and is like, whoa, her. Every time I'm like walking around a bar and I like try to make eye contact with a cute guy, because people say to like do that, to like make eye contact, they literally don't even look my way, or if they do it for like a second, like look away. Like they weren't even phased. I just will never understand like why for some people it's so easy and like for others it's like so hard. Some people say it's just like not your time, and like you're not the person you're meant to be when your person is supposed to come into your life or something like that. Why isn't it my time? It's not even like the person I'm gonna marry needs to like come into my life right now. So ready for like some kind of experience, like going on dates or whatever. Still like nothing, like no roster, no situationships, which I don't want, but no talking stages. Like I'm so bored. Life is so boring when you don't have a crush. I have like a friend right now that's updating me on her like love life. You know who you are if you're watching this. Hi BFF. And I'm like giggling and kick my feet for her because she like has like updates for me, and it's just like literally so fun. I'm like, oh my god, like I need something.
Okay, so she keeps talking about going to bars and getting approached by men, older men that she has no interest in. Hey, I hate to break this to you, but a lot of older men are going to be in bars. That's just the way it is. You're going to be disappointed with dating apps as well, because a lot of men treat dating apps as just hooking up. I'm pretty sure she's figured that one out by now. That's why she's doing the whole handing her number out in bars type situation. Why don't you quit doing that? Here's my advice. Okay, before this video, this video is so long, you guys. This is going to be hell editing, by the way. You're welcome to like and subscribe. This would be completely fine and would be completely fixed if you would just maybe go to family members and have them try to find a guy for you. They know you, they know what you need. I think you are ruining this for yourself. A lot of women are not good at making decisions and choices. They're bad at choosing men above all else in a lot of situations. Go to your family. Go to a patriarchal member of your family, an older uncle, your dad, older brother, or something like that, and have him choose a man for you. That would probably be the best bet in this situation.
I feel like when people find out that I've like never had a boyfriend or like haven't had my first kiss, they like look at me differently and they're like, oh, like they look at me like I'm like immature because I haven't. No, not everybody reacts like that. I just like hate being looked at like that because I haven't experienced things that I feel like most people like have, I guess, at like my age. Now that I've like found this community, I realize that it's a lot more common than we think. I hate that I let it get to me, but I do feel like insecure about it. Hey, it's pretty good. I feel like it set my under eyes pretty good. Keep trying to remind myself of my community on here. I'm like, no, but like it is common. I'm not surrounded by anybody who's in the same situation as me. I know some people are sick of me talking about it. I'm like, girl, you don't gotta listen. This is for the girls who get it and the girls who don't get it but still support. I'm so sorry if this app session doesn't make sense. I have a really hard time multitasking, like trying these new products and then like talking about it. Like I feel like my brain is all over the place, which is pretty accurate of like how my brain works when I'm thinking about this because I just spiral. I am starting to write my own music, which I'm so excited about, and I'm gonna be writing a song that's all about this situation and how it feels to be boy sober. Stay tuned for that. I just like want this to be a song for the girls who just never feel like they can relate to anybody and who just feel so alone. It's been therapeutic writing it. Shit, I forgot I was
So there's a couple more red flags that have reared their ugly head, and these are even more troubling, I think, which is the whole rambling, anxiety-induced stress level situation she's having to deal with when she thinks about these men that she's coming in contact with. Yeah, men do not want that. Men do not want a woman that is stressed out or that is filled with anxiety, that is, trauma-ridden. These are all things that men are going to run away from. They're going to distance themselves from these types of things. And then something else she kind of slipped in there was that she doesn't know what she's doing, which reverts back to she doesn't even know what she wants at this point. It's going to be very hard to find what you're looking for when you really don't know what you want. So you're going into bars, handing dudes your numbers. What else is that your plan? That is the worst plan. That is the worst thing you could do. Who told you to do this? Who told you to do this? That's just ill advice. Are these even like high class bars, or are these like the bottom of the? It kind of sounds like they're not these nice places. All these older drunk men are approaching her, trying to give her their number. I mean, this is delusional thinking right here.
And when you see those videos like online of people being like, oh, somebody date my brother, there's like thousands of comments and then everyone's like, hey, louder than anybody else. I'm like, there's just like no point in me even commenting. If I make that video, like there's probably gonna be like weirdos in my comments. Why are there so many beautiful women but like there's like such a slim pickings of like good looking men? Okay,
here's the thing. Whenever women say that other women are beautiful, that really doesn't matter at all. These are the same women that called Lizzo beautiful. These are the same women that have called Caitlyn Jenner beautiful. So it really doesn't matter. The word beautiful does not mean anything to these women. They call the homeless woman on the corner beautiful, when in reality, it's the exact opposite of what all these women are. And, I do agree. In these types of videos, there might be these random men that pop up in the comment section and make comments and do all this other stuff. The kind of man that would treat you right, okay, might even do that, because some of these men are, hey, they might relate to you in that way. That, oh, well, we have a lot in common. Let me just comment on our video. The same guys that are probably in her DMs right now, and this is the saddest part, is that there are probably plenty of guys in her DMs that she calls creeps, that she calls weirdos, because maybe they aren't what she thinks are attractive enough guys to give her time to. That's just the situation. And these men would probably be perfect for her. But yeah, she's the one online complaining about never been kissed, never been in a relationship. Has been online dating though. She's definitely been online dating. She has plenty of stories of online dating, but yeah, the trauma is still there. The red flags are still there. The makeup videos, the makeup tutorials, the validation, the online validation is the worst. You guys, whenever these women hop online and try to do stuff like this, it is, guys see this and they are running away in droves. I'm just kind of scanning through her comments here. I don't see any men that have seen this video. I think these are pretty much all women that are like gassing her up and that can kind of agree. And that is not uncommon. I can definitely tell that a lot of women in their 20s are single now and they really don't have a choice. I mean, these men are not going after these women. These women are approaching these men in public and these men are looking at them and saying, you know what, I would rather not approach these women at all and interact with them. I might get accused of something. There might be some sort of she might yell, she might shout out, the authorities might get involved. These men know the drill and they're not going to risk their freedom. They're not going to risk their safety for buying a woman a drink in a bar that she could possibly make up some story. So no wonder these men are not approaching you. No wonder you have to approach these men and give them candy and numbers and play this little game. It is completely delusional. These women want relationships so bad and they could definitely get them, but they just do it in the dumbest ways. But let me know what you guys think. Do you have any other tips and tricks for women like this? I just think that they have no idea what they're doing. They're getting their advice from other women, which is probably the worst way to get their advice. All they need to do is just use a little common sense. Leave me a comment, subscribe. I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.